Oh, mosquito. Get the fuck out of here, you bastard. That's one of those white flies. Son of a bitch. Alright, let my phone charge up for a little bit. I wasn't paying attention. That'll take one hell of a hit. So I am going to I'm gonna grab a few things, get my lapel on, and then take it. Just give me 1 second. All right, sorry about the mic situation. I forgot to charge up the old Samsung here, so I didn't realize that my Bluetooth connection to my lapel mic also had a power pass-through, so I should be good. Should be able to hear me all right, I think. Just getting some stuff loaded up here real quick. I got several things I want to do tonight. But I want to make sure I get everything out here. One of the things I'm going to be working on. I don't know if I need this fan on right now. Let's see. It's not too awfully bad out here, and I do have a smaller fan that I could hook up if I need to. So a few of the things I want to do tonight. I got a few of the items that I create and I'll bring them closer here in a minute. Just a brief go through. Some of the projects I got to wrap up, hit with 2K clear. My little project with this tropical glitz didn't really go so well, and it could just be because I've had the product for a while and had it around probably a little too long. So that being said, I got more product coming, but it doesn't show up till between tomorrow and Monday. So probably what I'm going to do is I'm just going to schedule a couple more streams, one tomorrow, one probably Monday as well, Monday evening, and just keep going with this. But one of the things I am going to knock out is all of this that you see here, including a couple of other things I have to grab real quick. I'm going to hit with 2K clear. I love this stuff. What I really wanted to show was just how dramatic something can change. For instance, my skull planters, I mean, they're just planters that hang from 3 points. You can see them 1, 2, 3, and they're kind of flat looking. You know what I mean? All I've done is just did the painting to it, and that's it. But after I hit this with 2K clear, you're going to see how amazing that everything just pops. Same thing with this. This is just, I used a clear green resin. You can see here these white edges. What I really should do is try to get that off. That's just where water came into contact with this while I was trying to clean it, and that crap just built up. But it's only in a few places. Minor cleanup could actually clean that up. So that, my little, I love Sky Daddy goats. See if I can give you some detail on those. Even their little tails. Who doesn't love goats, man? Everyone should have them. Did some of those and some clear purple, the same green as the skull. This makes all the Jehovah's Witnesses really happy. They love that stuff. Something else I was making for Amy. It's a clear bottle. You can see it's opaque now, and I'm really hoping this layer transition gets covered up. But when I hit this with the 2K, it should really clear that bottle up. It's hollow, but what it is, it's got the octopus that goes over it, and then it's got a tentacle stopper like that. So once I get all the 2K on this is what really makes the projects really pop. But getting back to the paint thing and not having a great time with the tropical glitz, I didn't want to make the same mistake that I made that time. Excuse me. By ruining not ruining, but going right to a project with a paint that I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. And with the products that I do have coming, what is that bright light? Jeebus. You don't need to be so light, do you? Let me turn that off. Sorry. I just glanced over at the monitor real quick and noticed it's really bright. All right. That looks a lot better. So anyway, I don't want to make that same mistake again and commit to any kind of colors. While I am going back to Montana Black, I'm using one of their Gold Line products. They're, I forget what kind of red it's called, not atomic red or fiery red, something to that effect. But it's also, they offer a glitter effect that I can lay out over that should really give me the candy effect I was looking for in the first place. So instead of doing like a blue, I'll be doing a red. But what I did was I got a bunch of these, bunch of little test models. So I can hit these with whatever color I want to, mess around with. And I'll actually do a little bit of that tonight. I'm going to show you how Montana Black, a spray paint that I used as a kid when I would, do nefarious acts as a child, as any child would do. I'll show you how easy this stuff can be applied to, plastics and resins and that stuff. I love it. I have used it on 2 of my coffin projects in the past. I think I pointed that out last time. One of the colors I don't have here because I used it all, but I did use this color, Slimer Green, and it just turned out amazing. Matter of fact, I have one of these skulls already done and 2K'd in this same color, and it turned out amazing. I mean, I hit it base with that color, and then I shadowed it in with a bunch of shadow effects. So I'm going to run back in here. I'm going to grab the remaining stuff I want to bring out here, and we're going to go ahead and try to get something done. Some kind of extension got blocked. Anyway, no, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, another one of the little things I want to do, my little Gothic bat. This piece here is completely made out of carbon fiber. Super strong, but incredibly, incredibly light. Just about anything on this table right now weighs more than this. And you can get an idea on size. You can see it's bigger. Now, the main thing I'll be focusing on, I mean, we're going to do some stuff with the colors, but this is the stuff right here I want to show off. As far as any kind of rattle can clear coat goes, I've never come across something that works as well as this stuff does. Anyone can use it. There's no trick to using it. It's a two-part system, meaning you take that cap off, you put it down there, you bust that open, you mix it up really well, start spray. Fallback. You only get one shot. So the thing that stinks is I've been, and it's part of the reason why I waited so long to do anything with the tropical glitz, was because I was waiting forever, one, to get done with a project that I was happy with, and then two, hey, how's it going? I have a visitor. He won't be on camera. I waited forever to do anything with that because I was waiting for the project to get done, and I didn't want to waste a whole can of 2K. So it's not that it's expensive, it's just you only get one shot, and I wanted to have enough things done so I could really maximize the use of that stuff, and not be kind of wasting it just to get a couple of things done. So primarily that's what we're going to do. I got enough here. Not enough. I wish I had one of my coffins ready. But that's another thing. I did notice that, look, I mean, for anyone that's tuning in to me or rewatching this after the live event, you know that I do a lot of 3D printing. That's what all of this is. This is FDM printing. That's like for anyone who doesn't know, that's the roll of plastic spaghetti that gets melted down and layer by layer forms something. Everything else you see here was made out of a resin printer. I prefer them just because the details are just insane. I mean, from, a tentacle, I mean, just look at that detail on that, or even the goats, or, well, I mean, hell, the octopus. I'm trying not to shine that light again. I got to find a better place for it. I do have an overhead that I probably should have put the light on to cast down to create more light. But you can see, like, although highly detailed, if you really know what you're looking at, you can see the difference in the carbon fiber piece compared to, the resin prints. So without further ado, see how I want to get started. I could just clear everything and then we can get into coloring. I really need something to drink. Show I am thirsty. Let's go get something to drink. Maybe I'll stay connected, maybe I won't. What? Huh?
Is this a microphone in your neck?
Yes, it is.
It smells like your neck.
That voice you hear in the background is the most annoying person that I know in the world. Just kidding. That was Sammy. She thinks I'm crazy. She saw the mic on my neck and says, "Is that a microphone on your neck?" Yes. Okay. So what I'll do first, I'm going to kind of take some of this stuff off my work area here real quick, as it's just in the way. I don't want to clutter everything up. on, little goat dudes. I really should try to clean that up first. Let me see if I can do that. Primarily, I'm just going to stay off camera because who wants to see me when what I'm trying to do is show the processes of how I do things, and just really what I'm doing is I'm documenting this for myself. So when I do make mistakes, I can go back and see where I made them. Especially if I make some mistakes and anyone chimes in and offers words of advice or whatever, I can know right where to look as to where I may have screwed up. That sound you might be hearing is just me trying to hit this skull with an orbital sander, hoping I can get most of this junk off. And it looks like I might be successful. If the cord was long enough, I will bring this by the camera so you can see what I'm doing. But there's no way this journal's going to reach over there. But between my little sessions, I can share what I'm doing. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to grab a rag here. So all I'm doing is I'm going into with a little rotary tool, and I'm just trying to lightly sand all this white residue off. I just, if I'm going to hit it with 2K, like here, probably a good way of showing that off is see that bad spot right there? All right, well, let me hit it and let's see how well I can make that go away. A little better. A little bit better. We'll work, give it a little more work and see if we can't get the majority of that gone. Just so we could be a little bit more happy with the finished product. I'd rather be able to sell this when I'm done and not be upset because I didn't take the time to do the fixes I knew I needed to do. Okay, not too bad. Not great, but not too bad. So you can see I got rid of most of it in the front. Still a little bit there. Some minor buffing. I'll probably get that out real quick. Got a little line right there. Had to do a little bit more work too, and this one should be good to go, and then we can get into the spraying something. I'm getting high on paint fumes. For anyone wanting to know what I'm using on my rotary, I'll show you, because this was actually something shared to me by another artist in the area. She goes by the name of Willow Design. She's badass, man. But she actually suggested these. Let's see if I can grab one of every color, because they're just different. So these little rotary sanders. Ooh. You know, each with different coarseness. But I mean, as you can see, I just said I wanted to rework that. It's gone. So we went from having something I wasn't too happy with to something that can probably get blasted with 2K and look amazing. So good on that. There is one more area I want to hit real quick though. I think we're good. So, actually, the more I think about it, the more I think we are going to need some additional light. A little, anyway, I would think. Okay, so I'm going to start with these two, both of the skulls. Hit those with a little 2K, and we'll get to see the difference. Mind you, all of this stuff that I hit, more than likely, I am going to let it sit right where it's at until it cures. So I guess this will probably be the one last time I get to go through any kind of colors. That I should probably save the coloring of the fake models till tomorrow, because once I get all this down for clear, I'm not going to really have room to do it. But these, I'll save these till tomorrow, since the painted get here, and we'll just stick with the use of the 2K for this video, and we'll save that till tomorrow. And that's when I'll go through, you know, like there's my Montana black and this red. This is actually going to go on one of the coffins, which should be done by tomorrow. But again, I don't want to make the same mistakes I made last time, so we're going to hold off on doing anything with the actual coffin until I do the test models and make sure that I'm 100% going to be happy with the final product. I'll put all my Montana black stuff away. Like I said, I'd love to give Tropical Glitz another shot, but I don't want to keep taking gambles, I guess is the best way I can put it for right now. I need to get stuff done. We're going into spooky season. This is the one time a year that I actually make a lot of my high dollar sales. So I got to get stuff in the shop to sell, right? So, all right, I might have to reposition the camera here in a second so I can actually get around this stuff. All right. What else are we going to do? Do this. Definitely going to do that. I wonder, is that better? Less contact points. Definitely going to do that. That doesn't like standing up though. That's going to stink, because now I'm going to have to, then we hold on. Well, I'll find a way. Get all my little goats out of the way for right now. Okay. Let's get ready to suck fumes. All right, so again, I'll come in and I'm just going to show you some of the dullness of everything before we hit this. I've been looking forward to doing this one because I know how well it's going to look once I'm done. And the way I sell these, I sell it with 3-point hanging chains. So, you know, you can hang them up from anywhere. You can see the final designs on my Etsy shop. But that's going to look sick. It's going to look real slimy. So will this. It'll look wet, which should look pretty awesome. I just love the way when the light catches that eye, how it just lights up. This is no coloring. This is just straight resin. That's all that is. So any of the hues you're seeing are just from the thickness of the resin versus the light passing through it. And we got our bottle. I'll bring other things in here once I'm ready to go. So we'll get ready, and we're just going to take our 2K here right now. We're going to get that little red tab out of there. We're going to put that right on the bottom of the can right there. And we're going to smash that in real quick. Actually, I got to do this on the ground, so it takes a little bit of force to do it. And you'll know it's in because you'll get that full play. And now, shake, rattle, and roll, man. I'm going to be here for a minute. All right, and away we go. I love this stuff. And see, here, you got a swivel cap. So if you want a wide spray this way or this way, depending on how you want to do it. Now, I will take it, and I'm going to turn that son of a bitch so I can get a vertical pattern versus a horizontal. And that will make me much happier. Yes. Oh yeah, Craig, this normally up until a few months ago, I never messed with any rattle can clear. It was always gravity fed gun. Someone suggested this and I gave it a shot. I mean, the can is really kind of generic looking, so I wasn't expecting much, but you'll see. I'll spray it so you can see it, but then I'll bring out one of my finished products, which has been finished for months, so you can see just how well it still looks. So, all right, I'm going to turn the camera a little bit. I'm going to stand a little bit back so I can get around my project, but then I'll bring it back in close so you can see it. So, away we go. Uh-oh, I'm getting in the camera. Hide your daughters. Move this table just like that. I should have a respirator on, but I don't. Sue me. Kids at home, wear a respirator. I am definitely not a role model, nor am I an expert in anything that I'm doing today. I don't really want to block any of these things off here. Before I continue, I'll bring you in just so you can see how well that's looking. Now I'm going to put more coats on. See how I already got, like you can already see my reflection in the background. So here's the bottle. Be close to that so you can see how that's shining up. Look at that shit. It's going to look sick with a few more coats on it. So I'm going to keep going. This is a real experiment. I don't know how carbon fiber is going to react, but we're going to find out. There's this little fucking bastard fly that's flying around that's really pissing me off. Oh yeah, my green ghosts look like fucking jade glass now. That's why I love this shit. It just transforms everything to make a novice look like a pro. All right. That's going to do that for right now. And see how everything looks. Just one coat. Carbon fiber looks, I don't know if I like the color of that wet or the look of that wet, but these guys. And I wish I could pick them up and really bring you guys in super close. But so far so good. Now, I did tell somebody that I would actually, instead of bringing it out here, I'll bring you to it. More better, right? All right. So we'll walk on here to the house. So look at all that shit. So that green that I showed you, it's right here. All done. That's how it hangs. So that's the green. Here's crystal blue. And that's all in that 2K clear. So that this is like the green one that I'm doing now. And other projects I need to wrap up. This is the new coffin that's going now. The blue one that I painted is over here. And I noticed from the heat, I was getting warps because of the material this is made out of. The final piece is printing right now, right there. and that's in Pet G. So as you can see, I got several coffins already done. That was the purple I used from Montana Black. This one already has the purple velvet in the back of it. That's a semi-done piece. There's the goat head. That's probably one of the favorite things I made. That's got 2K clear on it too. A little bit hard to tell, but it does. And I got something wrapping up in the resin printer. And yeah, so we'll go back out and add some more paint. Hey, anyone want to see Sammy? No. Ooh, I'm getting high out here. Okay, so that's that. Give me a second. I'm going to have to all right. Safer to breathe. Safer to breathe. Oh, she's fine now. Everything is being directed that way. I'm looking on my monitor, forgetting that there's a delay, wondering why my hands weren't showing up. No, there's no spraying of any kind of paint in here anymore unless she's covered up. So we're only doing clear, but everything's being contained. Already, the only thing I can see that I don't like, and I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, so I'll describe it before I lean the camera in. The red skull actually looks pretty good. But at the top, right between the eyes, go between the eyes and go straight up to the top of the green skull. And where I had to buff it out is not going on even. So that'll probably clear up after a few sprays of the 2K. But now let me go in and let you really see that right there, where here you don't see that. Oh, even that is. Everything's looking super pretty. Actually, I don't know how I feel about this, but whatever, it's done. But all these guys, fucking amazing. And I'll show you a little something. I need to plug that back in before we lose our power. Okay, grab something to drink. I'll show you guys a resin that I'm still trying to dial it in. You'll see what I mean in a second. It's fucking hot as fuck out there. One of them little bastard flies is out there that bites you and shit. And I'm like, you motherfucker. No, it's tiny. I thought it was a mosquito biting me at first. And then I noticed it was one of those bastard flies. This stream is for 18 and up due to my language.
Are you able to turn the fan on or will it blow all your stuff?
Nah, yeah, I did because I had to fumigate the place.
Oh.
So the resin that I was talking about, Frozen, the company, they came out with this neon line of colors like green, yellow, pink, and orange. Amy watches Bob's Burgers all the time, and one of the things that's in that movie are these things called Kuchikopis. And don't ask me, it's not a show I watch it because she watches it. Anyway, she wanted one done in their colors. So I got this. Now, when I said I'm still dialing this in, this is what happened in the print. I got these splits. Now, what caused that? I'm not sure. I think it's in my settings. I have something else going right now to see if the new settings, but here, this is just a UV light. Look at this. Look how it responds to that. It's like radioactive. It's fucking cool. But anyway, no, yeah, I just wanted to show you that. So that's a resin I'd like to work more with, but oh, here's a little black resin that I've been working with. So this isn't painted. This is literally how it came off the printer. This is a sculpture made by somebody else. I'm going to feed an LED light through there. So, but what happens is this guy, little crow dude, sits right on top like that. So we're going to be hitting those two guys up as well. So while we're here, let's go ahead and give this another blast. I don't think I'm going to be able to really take care of this line that you're seeing in the bottle. But the good thing is that the purple octopus piece kind of covers that up. So hopefully it'll hide it well enough. And let's fumigate. Sure, the neighbors are loving me. Opening and closing the garage door. But I hate this HOA, so well, the carbon fiber is looking a little bit better. I like it. Did I not hit this bird on this side? Oh, look kind of dry. Anyway. So yeah, I'm just taking some minor pauses, trying to go between coats. I don't really have to, the only real piece I'll have to move at some point is the cork stopper. So outside of that, I shouldn't have to really touch anything. I may actually take this opportunity to rig up a little bit of a hang for it. I'll probably just end up hanging it off of something real quick, just so I can get all around it. No. It's good. Aha. It's kind of off camera, but I think you get the gist of what I was doing. I actually should point out that I was committing a cardinal sin when it comes to spraying. I was doing short bursts, when really what you want to do is start outside, end outside. And I was not doing that because I suck. What else do you want me to say? All right, we're going to crack this one more time to air out. And honestly speaking, I mean, I should be waiting longer in between coats. Coming back out probably about every 15, 20 minutes and just spraying another coat on. But I've already put down enough heavy coats on this stuff to where it's looking pretty good. I really don't need to do too much else to these besides give them time to sit and cure and be good. I keep thinking these streams are going to be longer, that I'll have more to talk about and discuss. But I'm trying to break it up into segments and not try to do too much at once. Like I said, tomorrow I do have to test out some colors. I'm going to test out the red that I have, the red that's coming, and probably just mess around with a couple of other colors to see what I really like the best. So when that last piece of that coffin you saw printing is done, then I'll be able to, I'll already know exactly where I want to go with it. But more than likely, I will be using Montana Black Golds. I forget what red they called it. I said this earlier too, but it's a red they have, but I already have a red as well. It looks like it's going to be pretty much the same shade of red. But I'll be using Montana Black's glitter effects. They call it Christmas glitter, but it's just different shades of red glitter, which is kind of what I was looking for in a candy effect anyway from one of the coffins. So we're gonna, like I said, I'll do it on the test models first to see, okay, if we're gonna fuck up, let's fuck up here and make our mistakes here before I make the mistake on a coffin, because I got to get those things done and prepped and 2K'd out and in my shop for sale very soon, like within the next couple of weeks. Like I said, we're in spooky season now, August through September. Everyone's, getting all their stuff ready for, October. So hopefully I'll have enough ready and have enough options out there for people. So I'll get a couple more of these out of my workspace and into other people's homes. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to cover that I didn't. I really can't think of anything. Well, I don't want to bore people too much, so I'll go ahead and I'll call it for tonight. We'll let this all set up and cure, and we could take a look at it. We'll take a look at each one of the pieces tomorrow before I start doing the painting, and that way anyone who watched this video can watch, if they tune in tomorrow, they can see what we were left with. I'm just looking at one of these guys to make sure. Yeah, I got him pretty good, I think. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, folks. For those of you that stopped by to check it out, thank you. I'll try to keep this up to try to build somewhat of a fan base. Not a fan base, but just a shit-talking base. Try to pick up some pointers from other people as I'm making all these mistakes. And again, I'm no expert by any stretch of the imagination. I'm kind of figuring this out as I go along and just trying some things they make sense in my head. I'm just trying to see if I can pull them off in reality. So I know how to paint though. Red skulls. That red skull looks sick. I don't even want to sell it. I keep too much of my own shit. But anyway, no. All right, folks. Have a good evening. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll set up another stream for tomorrow night, do some painting, and hopefully we'll get some people tuning in. If not, then, like I said, it's all archives for me. Until then, see ya.